Hey guys, so here's a little two-channel plane that got away from me a while back, and months later it was found by a local kid that was working in the farm field, missing the vertical stabilizers, missing the little flexible cone on the front, and it's a ZY, and what I wanted was something that would fly better than these fly bears. These look amazing and they're a little bigger, but they don't turn sharp at all. And for where I fly, a little field next to our house, I'm over the woods too easy with it because I can't get the thing to turn sharp. So they look aggressive, but they're really boring to fly. So I saw this little ZY and it comes with LED lights. I've got its new replacement here, the little battery just hanging out on the outside, but the lights are solid when it's connected to its transmitter, but just showing for like $16 or something like that. It's pretty cool. Well, there's no range on this. I've never had a problem with my other cheaper planes on range with the 2.4. They're all fine. Well, this thing, one Sunday morning, we're going to go to church, but the wife takes forever to get ready. So I'm like, oh, it's nice out. I'm going to fly it. So I go up with it, and then it was obviously a lot more windy up there than it was down on the ground because it was just going away from me pretty fast. And I'm trying to bring it back, doing circles, and then I noticed it wasn't responding to me anymore, so I just totally let off the throttle. And it was so high up that by the time it came floating down, it was 2 rice fields away, right up against the woods, and there was rice growing. So I was not going to go tromping through somebody's rice field to go looking for a $16 plane. Well, after they harvested their rice, our boys said, "Hey, the one of the kids, the workers' kids, found your plane." So I got it back. I gave him a little reward for bringing it back. Amazingly, with a new battery, the lights still work and the motors still spun, but not really flyable. There's missing stabilizers and stuff. But yeah, it was gone for months. Had to have been 3 months or 4 months. So I guess the electronics are pretty good. All the rain and in a rice field, it was muddy as could be. This plane was brown. I washed it up just so it was a little bit presentable. Well, I thought maybe just a fluke, maybe just this one didn't have range. So I liked how it fly. You can actually trick the gyro in it, and you can get it to do loops and stuff. You just pull back and then let off and pull back on the stick wide open. You can get it to do a loop, but same thing, the lights would blink like this when it's getting out of range. It didn't have much range. So what I did in the battery compartment, I could see the antenna was curled up in there. So I took like a little screwdriver and I poked a hole in the roof and I pushed the little antenna out the top of the plane. And then on the remote, same thing. I opened this up, took the couple of screws out, and the antenna's just coiled up inside. So I drilled a hole in the top and poked the little antenna out. And now, yeah, it flies good. It has range, kind of like the other ones. So now, probably the favorite planes, even though I don't love the looks, Cessnas, they're not aggressive, fighter jets. But I've had this one for like 5 years. And for being a 2-channel plane, just over $20, it's proportional steering. You can have it turn just a little bit or a lot. Whereas like the Flybears, they're kind of not very proportional. Pretty much there's no gentle turning other than, they don't turn very sharp. But these are just amazing little planes, but just not my favorite looks. This one, SF320, I thought this probably is not going to fly good with the crazy setup with the little wings in the front, but yeah, it flies good. It turns sharp. The gyro is just right. It's not over controlling. I would say it's over controlling on the FX ones or the Flybear ones. It just doesn't let the plane bank hard to turn a corner. It's like you're always fighting it. So to me, it's not even fun to fly. And then I had watched videos on these LSB2, and I saw the guys kind of had some problems with launching them. They don't exactly, sometimes they just go right back to the ground. Sometimes they do a backflip and they're flying inverted, but I ordered them anyway, and they're kind of a challenge and they're kind of fun, but I guess I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner because you're going to go running after it quite a bit to relaunch it again because it hits the ground pretty often. But once it's up in the air, it's pretty cool. They fly kind of goofy. The front end's always up high, but you can see their gyro's always working. They're always swinging around, and you can actually get these to go upside down too, inverted flight, and then pretty soon they'll spin back around. But yeah, I guess for a cheap 2-channel plane, they're really kind of advanced. A kid's probably going to not really enjoy it too much. But yeah, I just wanted to show you my lost plane that finally came back, and then I just keep it because it's a funny little memory. And then why is there a crawler here? Well, for a cheap toy grade crawler, it's got some speed and it's got a lot of power and it's 4-wheel drive, but same thing, no range. So I took the transmitter apart, added a wire, added a antenna tube like from an old Tamiya RC. Same thing on here. I added wire. All it had was this little patch in here, a little pad with a wire to it, and I had to be real close to it to make it run and stuff, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I added the wire, and now it's fine. But like in all of this cheaper budget stuff, you can't have everything. You know, I've seen toy grades that they get stuck on carpet. They just don't have power. Well, this one has power, but then they cheaped out on the radio system, so it didn't have good range. You know, just like the Flybears, yeah, lots of range, but not much for any acrobatics or anything. And then these little guys, yeah, tight little circles. You can kind of trick it into doing loops, but then no range. But the little antenna mod that I did worked out pretty good. Those, I don't know, they're just goofy, but they're kind of fun, I guess, for a challenge. But just a little overview on some 2-channel planes and all that. So please subscribe, and we'll keep flying these, and I'll have a link to flying this one on a YouTube short. So thank you.